Thank you for joining us today. So today we have Kimberly Pugh out of Texas, mother of three. And Kimberly, there's like something special about your story. You're living the RV life, which
Yes.
is pretty cool. I know with all the TikTok with all the shop products. You're quickly running out of space, but would
Mhm.
love to know a little bit more about um, your mission or what's driving you into shop. And I know that the RV life is a main driver for your story.
Yeah, for sure. So I started TikTok Shop back in January, and we actually moved into an RV last June. Not this past June, but the year before. So we've been a little over a year in an RV now, and it is getting so tight. A family of five in an RV, and we don't travel, so it's not even the fun RV life. It's just stationary. And we had to do that for financial reasons because just with inflation cost and the rise of housing costs in general and taxes and everything, it kind of put us in a position where we just were struggling and living check to check. So we sold our house and bought an RV with the proceeds and just were able to simplify our life and live cheaper. However, then I started doing TikTok shop. So all of these products coming in. The one thing that's been a huge blessing in my life this year has also been kind of a curse living in the RV life. So we're hoping that it's going to TikTok Shop is going to change that for us very very soon.
Awesome. Well, obviously you've seen a lot of success on shop, and I think you joined Thunder in January. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Can you give us a quick rundown of your journey on shop so far?
Yeah, so I posted my very first shop video January 15th. I didn't even know what shop was. I just saw it was available. I didn't really see anyone talking about it. I just joined it, started doing it. My second video was posted that Saturday following and it went viral. So I kind of had immediate success. And I know that's not the case for most, but that was kind of what kind of catapulted me into the TikTok shop journey and really opened my eyes to see the potential that TikTok shop has for so many. So it was a good opportunity.
How did it feel when you first got that like first viral video?
Oh, it felt amazing. It was amazing. I was like, what is this? Because you're just not used to that kind of money coming in just from posting a video. And granted, it did happen a lot sooner for me. I know a lot of people put in a lot more shop videos before they ever see their first sale. So I don't take that lightly at all. I know that was very fortunate for me, but it felt amazing. And it kept me dry. It was very it kept me driven because I'm like, if that can happen, when's the next one going to hit? Like, can I make more? Can I do this over and over again? So it just keeps you going.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's been your best month so far?
June has been my best month by
Cool.
far. I had one video go viral at the beginning of June, and the conversion rate on that one was so good. I made over 50 grand just within that 1 month.
Oh,
So,
nice. Awesome.
yeah.
Was that like a pivotal moment in your life?
Well, it was very life changing to see that kind of money coming in because at my previous 9 to 5, I was literally making, not even making that all year. So to see that kind of money come in, and as so many others are living check to check, and that's how we still were, even living in the RV life, it was amazing to give us that financial flexibility. So that was very life changing for me. And it's almost like you're just going to constantly chase that. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit addicting because once you hit those kind of numbers, you're just going to keep chasing it too.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I know that I know what puts you apart from like other creators is that a lot of creators will hit like that one time like one viral video, but you've been a little bit more consistent. Like you've been more consistent all year round. What advice do you have for someone that wants to turn TikTok shop as a full time income stream that plays in each month into their income?
Yeah, so number one, just consistency. I mean, you can post 80 videos a month and you might have two or three that do well. But you're just upping your chances as you put more and more content out. So consistency, I post 3 to 5 videos a day. And the second thing would just be honest and authentic. Like show products that you genuinely love, because if you love them, then it's easy to somewhat sell those products. And um also just showing up on days you don't even feel like it, because not every day are you going to feel like filming, but you got to keep going.
Yeah. You mentioned authentic and yeah, authenticity. Is there anything else that you would say that you would include in every video? You authenticity and honesty. Is there anything
Yeah.
else that you would include in your video, in every piece of content that you make sure you've included?
Well, just like most people say, the most important things are a hook. You're trying to grasp people's attention within those first couple of seconds, since it's really hard to get people to stop scrolling. So you've got to make it interesting, cut out long pauses, make sure your editing's on point, um, not having any just dull moments. I try to do that. I'm not saying every video is up there, but a hook is always very, very important. Also, just giving facts about the product throughout your video, and a call to action, showing people, making sure they are reminded where they can purchase it.
Nice. And I'm sure you're also pretty selective on the products that you choose. So you're probably also making sure that this is a product that you believe in personally, right?
Right, right. I have a really hard time promoting products that I don't genuinely love or use myself, because if I wouldn't pay the money for it, I'm not going to expect anyone else to. It's kind of hard for me to try to sell that. So it just works best for me just to be genuine about the products that I am promoting, and that's worked well for me.
Awesome. Um, Thank you. I know that you've referred a ton of people to Thunder, and we've seen that there's some of them have grown a lot faster than we thought they would. From what you've seen, what do you think new TikTok shop creators struggle with the most, and how should they overcome it?
Well, this might make some people mad, so you might want to edit this out. But I feel like a lot of the newcomers with TikTok Shop fast tracked their way there because they did the follow trains. So almost essentially kind of cheated their way into it. But when they did that, they cheated themselves, because they didn't put in they didn't get the opportunity to practice making good quality content. And that's what it takes to be able to actually make shoppable videos that are going to convert into sales, is that you've had the practice. And a lot of times with the ones that fast tracked into it and didn't have that time to practice, they're not seeing success, and then they get easily discouraged. So I would just say practice makes perfect. You have to put in the time.
So, and you're talking about practicing editing style or the
All of it,
actual filming,
all of
all
it
of it.
really.
Okay.
Yeah, just I mean, it's not natural for just everyday people to get in front of a phone and just start talking to your phone yourself. So that sometimes that just takes practice and getting used to. So just yeah, number one, just practice makes perfect. Also, I feel like something that would help them overcome things and getting those sales would just be to watch other creators that are more successful than you. There are so many creators that are doing far better than I am, and I am constantly analyzing their videos, watching how they do theirs, watching their editing tricks and all of those things, because not only practice makes perfect, but putting in the time and learning and investing in yourself. So it's not me just throwing whatever I want to out there all willy nilly. I actually put in the investment of learning. Um, and also another important thing when making content is just watching other creators talk a lot about what they have got violations for. So it kind of helps you if you would watch through those videos so you know what to avoid.
Yeah, violations is a big part of TikTok Shop. It's like the elephant in the
Yeah,
room.
right.
Yeah, we deal with that all day. Obviously, like, yeah, how has that affected your career on shop, like the violations. I know that like TikTok has essentially they take like for example supplements, they copy and paste the FDA's rules and regulations. It's literally whatever the FDA wants. But yeah, how has it affected you?
I feel very fortunate that I've only had one
Okay.
violation. And even though it was very frustrating because I'm a rule follower, I read the guidelines and policies like to a T. Every time they're updated, I'm constantly keeping a check on them. I'm very careful when I'm making my content to not say anything that I shouldn't say. And that's usually why I tend to steer clear from supplements and things like that because certain things are so easy to slip up and get a violation for. So, yeah, I feel like I just kind of steer clear of that for the most part. And if I do mention them or promote them, then it's usually because they're on a really good sale and it's a good price. So I will only talk about the price. But
That's a
yeah,
that's a
violations
good hack.
really suck.
That's definitely a good hack. Um,
Yeah.
so outside of supplements, how do you choose your products? Like, how do you know which products you want to promote?
So the two things that I look when I am checking products is their rating. So I usually want to only pick products that's above a 4 rating, and also how many units have they sold. So if it's something that sold probably over 10,000 units, then my chances of selling it will be better because it's been seen, it's already been sold and proven. So that's usually how I pick the products. However, I still go back to I pick products that I would buy myself personally because if I see it and think it's cute or useful, then others would too. So that's usually how I pick my products.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Um,
Yeah.
so talking about the algorithms, do you have any like weird superstitions about the algorithms? Is there anything that you would feel like could be a myth, but you like include or avoid doing in every video to increase your chances of going viral?
No. All of the superstitions are just that. They're superstitions. Like they don't hold they don't hold any value. I know because I've personally tried a few of the things, and when I see other creators talking about them, and just because that might have been a good video for them after they did that, that that doesn't necessarily mean it's the reason why theirs did so well. So it hasn't worked on any videos I've ever tried, and it's just a waste of time, honestly. Just put out good content, and the algorithm will pick you up if it's decent enough.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's awesome. What are your opinions about hashtags? Do they matter?
I think hashtags matter. I think people overdo them. I think we need to be more careful about not putting so many, but I do think they're very good about helping TikTok algorithm categorize your videos. Because I notice if I use maybe 2 to 3 hashtags and it's like a hair care product and it's only hair, something hair hashtags, then it's categorized very quickly. However, if I'm using multiple different hashtags, then that it just it has a hard time categorizing it. Also, when companies get your ad code, I think hashtags really help to target the right audience for that video. So when a company has your ad code and if they're paying to push ads on your video, I think your hashtags are what targets the specific buyers who have maybe seen that product or have already purchased that product.
Got it. Okay. That's good to know. Um,
That's my opinion. It's not it's not fact, but
yeah,
I've heard several others mention that as well, and it does seem to hold true. So
awesome. Yeah. That no, that's definitely good input. When it comes to creating your videos, can you walk us through like your thought process, and overall, process of your video creation?
so I usually will first thing I do is go to the product link and I will really just study and read everything they have written out about that particular product so that I know all the facts that I could possibly know about it. Um, I don't really like write a script or anything, but I do make bullet points for like key selling facts that they might have on their listing. And then I will also just check other content creators' videos. Usually at the bottom, you can see the list of videos that pop up, and they will have the top selling video for that product. And I'll just view it to see. Sometimes you get inspiration, but most of the time I look to see how can I do this better. And that's my train of thought. But my thought process is usually pretty sporadic. It's just whatever comes to me because I try to add and show personality. I don't want to be boring and I don't want to be too salesy. So it's usually again like products that I already use and love. So it's kind of easier. But if it's a product that's pretty new to me, then yeah, I definitely have to make out all of the bullet points so that I can be informative about the product and what it does.
No, that makes total sense. So it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like you essentially like get creative with it. You're not like following a specific like set of rules. You're getting creative with it. You integrate your personality into it. It's not scripted. And yeah, it's good to also look at inspiration. That's all that always expands creativity. That's awesome. Um, what are your thoughts about like people sticking with one product? Do you think people should be sticking with one like one niche, or do you think it's best to test out as many viral products as possible?
I've never really thought of myself as having a niche because I've had several viral. My first couple of viral videos were just actual products. They weren't, and but then I started having several viral videos of clothing. So it's almost like TikTok picked my niche for me. So now I
Mm,
just primarily do fashion. But I think that's just because it shows through that I genuinely love that. It's
mm.
fun for me. But I don't think you have to pick a niche. I think you can review products anything that you want, really. As long as you're passionate about it, then it'll still convert to sales.
So regardless, so it doesn't need to be like like if you're consistently promoting fashion, you could go into home and living and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of viral videos of fashion. However, I also, I mean, consistently sell cookware or like vacuum cleaners or patio furniture, just anything home and decor, things like that as well. So it really doesn't, I don't think it matters.
Awesome. Okay. That's good to know. Um, this is a little bit of a personal question, but how do you balance shop with like as a mom with your kids and you know and your husband? Um, it sounds like you're very busy. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's not easy because really anything worth having isn't. So with TikTok Shop, I know a lot of people can just put in an hour or two and then be done for the day, but I probably work, a good 8 to 10 hours a day on content, or I'm researching or investing in myself, learning. So it's a lot of work. However, my kids are in school, they're all school age, so I do have that time during the day to be able to work as much as I can while they're not home. But even when they are, they're a little older, so it's easier now than when they were younger. But you still have to make that time and make sure that you're setting the appropriate time for your family. And it's very easy with TikTok to get swept away with it. And
Yeah.
because even on vacations, you're still working, because you're working from your phone. So it's
Yeah.
always there. It's hard
Yeah.
to shut it off, but
Yeah.
you have to balance that.
No, that makes yeah, yeah. It's definitely tough, but I think it's probably a little bit easier than having a 9 to 5. If I was to guess. Um,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yes, and I'm able to batch content. So when I have days where something comes up, like yesterday, my kids were off of school, they wanted to go to the zoo. So I was like, okay, well, let's go. I have that flexibility to do that because I batch content, and I am usually always 4 to 5 days ahead. So I
mm,
always have enough drafts that will last me 4 to 5 days in case something came up, an emergency, or I had to take a day and not be able to film. So that's how I'm able to have that flexibility.
I love that. That's actually a good trick.
Yeah.
Gotta work it. Gotta have it all saved up in advance. So you do five videos a day. or
Usually I'm posting 5 videos a
so
day,
you're
and then my
like
husband's
25
account is a
videos.
huh?
You have about 25 videos batched up,
Yeah,
essentially.
always. I always will have at least 20 to 25 videos in my drafts, and not only on mine, but I do my husband's account too. It's just kind of like our joint account as a backup, and I post at least 3 a day over there.
Nice.
So
Amazing.
yeah.
So Kimberly, I mean, final question here. I know like some of the people that are watching us today, maybe just getting started with their TikTok shop journey, but maybe they might be feeling discouraged. Or because they haven't seen much success, what would you say to them in order to inspire them on their TikTok journey?
I would just say that no one's ever succeeded by giving up. So you just have to keep up at it, keep at it. And TikTok Shop is a lot of work. Um, but again, anything worth having usually is. So some creators on this app have been very successful, but they posted for months without seeing a sale. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of time before you get picked up, but it only takes one video. And so that's what you have to just keep holding on to that hope, because once one video goes viral, it literally is life changing.
Amazing. Thank you, Kimberly. We
Yeah,
appreciate your
thank you.
time. Yeah, thank you for joining us, and it's always a pleasure to have you a part of Thunder. You're definitely a big part of the agency, and we appreciate you for being such an active member of the community. Um, any final thoughts? Anything else you want to share?
Um, I don't guess. I'm just glad to be here. Glad to be a part of Thunder.
Awesome.